Did you know that I have a Patreon page? If you want extra content, you can subscribe to my Patreon to see videos that will never be uploaded to YouTube, like this, and this, and this one here.
Wow!
My Patreon account also features brand new types of content like behind the scenes and hot takes. Patrons are also the first people notified of any changes to my schedule. Go to the first link in the description if you want even more content.
I believe this is the part where you return the dark saber to its rightful owner.
I'm back to mauling the game and keeping it merciless with bloody rounds. Y'all couldn't stop the flow with a tourniquet. They want some melodies from me, but I prefer to spit, cause every song I make's a hit record. It's like a nervous tick, but all this paper got me cold and emotionless. If you saw the bank, you'd think I made my dough flipping opiates. Went from broke to a mogul, known as the dopest of vocalists. So the only thing that y'all can do now is hope that it's over with. I've been a legend, never question my worth. At 15, knew this rapping shit was destined to work. Don't get it twisted when I pull up in a Chevy Traverse, cause I'm a semi-truck, bitch, I make a mess when I swerve. My trajectory is wealth and that's predictable as fuck. I'm in love with the paper plus addictions in my blood. I've never been the type to get convicted with some thugs. I'm the type that if you're trying to run a business, I'm the plug, ho.
Nearly everything about this establishing shot is awesome, but its blade runneth over.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliche.
These probe droids are a notorious Empire staple, so how does one descending from the heavens not raise all of the Empire's up to some shady red flags? Or is this little critter permanently chilling out around here like an emergency break glass in case of exposition button?
The implication is very obviously that the probe droid is kept hidden. In this scene specifically, Kane makes sure that she's alone before speaking to Gideon. So your assumption that everyone knows about the probe droid is really dumb.
Am I supposed to be surprised that Moff Gideon turns up in the penultimate episode of The Mandalorian? Because this is exactly what happened in Season 1, and that brings us one occurrence away from it becoming a this is the Shay?
Regardless of how stupidly he says it, this is not a cliche.
And make it quick, as I am short on time.
People who waste conversational time by telling people that they're short on time.
People who waste everyone's time by pointing things out on the screen.
Why do the police sirens in this alien world in a different galaxy look and sound exactly the same as ours?
This is really just a detail for the audience more than anything else. Having them be the same as ours makes them an auditory cue for us.
Alright, for this room, I want to go with something minimalist, but also brooding. So, lots of concrete and fall hazards, of course. And instead of gaudy accents or wall decorations, just have two soldiers staring deeply into each other's eyes. You know what? I love that last one. Supposed to care about these tanks? Probably. Am I going to care about these tanks? No.
So you're sitting the show for you being obstinate? That's dumb.
The New Republic is vulnerable, but we must be cautious and show no sign of our true strength.
We now bring you to the expositional hologram argument already in progress.
How is this a sin? Seriously, he thinks that simply using the word exposition automatically makes anything a sin, but this is a case where it actually makes sense for exposition to be given. This is a war council. Did you want them not to give each other any information? What did you want, an argument about what superhero is the most powerful?
Grand Admiral Thrawn's return.
Did you hear that? That was the sound of a million geeks nerdgasming all at once.
Sinning Grand Admiral Thrawn in any way is worth this many sins.
Perhaps it's time we look to new leadership.
Project Necromancer is a place for that.
Project Necromancer.
That fake-ass laugh.
3 Praetorian Guards. Sounds like someone is concerned about an assassination attempt.
Yeah, but you are talking to a man that's just recently escaped arrest by the New Republic, has a feud with the most dangerous race of warriors in the galaxy, and whose 10-year career goals make Sauron's master plan look like a Dr. Seuss adventure.
Which is why they end up granting him the guards? Why are you sinning the show for something it explicitly agrees with?
An Imperial shuttle is advancing over the city.
What? That is clearly not a shuttle.
First, that's a light cruiser.
That was a trap.
Wait, but you're sinning it anyway? What the hell?
Look at the markings. See those, my friend, are Mandalorian privateers.
I thought to be a magistrate, you'd have to be at least familiar with the concept of lying. A few simple markings, and he's like, no problem, come on in. All it takes to get into his planet is a big-ass fake ID.
But he invited them. Why are you pretending that they arrived randomly? Oh, wait, it's because you wanted to stretch out this video as much as possible for as much ad revenue as possible.
Using your companion cube to steady your vacuum cleaner.
Pointing things out on the screen.
That's not the only gift I have for you.
That's a strange way to say I've created a wearable BattleBot for Grogu from the carcass of your friend.
What did you do to IG-11?
Oh no, that's IG-12 now.
You can't expect to get away with removing features that people want and replacing them with shit they didn't ask for by just increasing the model number each year. Well, I mean, you can, but only if you don't mind being called an apple. I mean, an asshole.
Hold on, I appreciate the Apple joke, so take a sin back. But at the same time, what the hell was this section of the video? I think the editors forgot to add a ding sound effect after the first sin, which made it seem like it was somehow connected to the second sin. This is just weirdly sloppy.
Well, he's too little to operate this.
Actually, he's the only size that can operate this thing. But the confusing bit has to do with the fact that Mando's opinion goes from "you're too little" to "follow me into battle" by the end of the episode.
I agree with the fact that Mando should never have brought Grogu to Mandalore, but his point here was that Grogu is too young and therefore wouldn't understand how to operate it. So you're missing his point, and that is a sin.
Maybe when he's older.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No.
That fake-ass laugh.
This isn't working for me.
Your apprentice puppeteering the husk of the planet's savior to steal fruit? I should hope so. And why are we being forced to watch this instead of what's going on with the two groups of Mandalorians that hate each other's guts?
Because characterization for the two main characters? Why is that an issue?
Mandalorians, it is time to retake our homeworld.
Is she gonna do a rousing halftime speech? I mean, it'll get a sin for being a cliche, but I do love me a good rousing halftime speech.
The remaining magnetic interference has made it impossible to scan the surface from above atmosphere, which is why I'm proposing that we leave Navarro and move the fleet into orbit above Mandalore.
False alarm. Just your standard exposition sin.
Again, you simply pointing out exposition doesn't necessitate a sin. This information is crucial to the Mandalorians, so it makes sense for her to be telling them.
Once everyone agrees to join the Journey to the Center of Mandalore expedition, we have just over 5 minutes of departing, transiting, arriving, sitting, falling, and ordering before anything vaguely new or interesting happens. Yes, the fleet and the ODSTing look cool, but could we have also had some conversational meat on the bone between these opposing factions?
You would have complained about it if that had happened. Besides, he mentioned how it all looks cool, so Discount Jeremy sends something he likes cliche.
We'll lose comms shortly.
And conveniently.
How is it convenient to lose communications with your fleet? That makes no sense. It's actually an inconvenience for them, seeing as how Axe needs to do a solo flight back to the fleet in order to deliver a singular message to them.
We'll survey the surface until we find the forge and create a safety zone.
Does this require you to subject us to more footage of Mandalorians getting their 10,000 steps in? Because you said...
Magnetic interference has made it impossible to scan the surface from above atmosphere.
And now we don't know what's preventing you from using your space plane to scan the surface from a lower altitude.
That's actually a good sin. Damn, take one back, boys.
After our forces were annihilated in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
This event isn't called the Night of 1,000 Retellings of How Many...
Skip?
Those of you who are well enough can join us in the search for the Great Forge.
We can do better than that. We can bring you there.
All right, finally some excitement. Hoist the topsails, batten down the hatches, and other boating terms. Let's go! Damn it!
Discount Jeremy has the attention span of a toddler with ADHD cliche.
This welcome break in the monotony of boat life is tainted by the confusing physics aboard this vessel that allowed Axe to be attacking from the port side in this shot, then starboard side in this shot, then back to the port side in this shot.
Yup, that's true.
You taught your apprentice well.
You didn't learn that from me.
This response to Grogu stopping the fight is super confusing coming from the person who a moment ago said,
Neither side can step in.
so is Grogu's lack of creed some sort of bureaucratic loophole, or did he just out himself as a spy?
Dude, Grogu is a baby. They're okay with it because they obviously realize that he doesn't understand the more complex dynamics between the tribes and he just doesn't want them to fight.
This ship has been returning to the fleet for the past 3 minutes, and that's important to us for reasons other than this discount interstellar shot?
Discount Jeremy makes an interstellar reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliche.
We're not far. We need to go further down.
Making us momentarily believe this might be a major setback, only to reveal that the creature just helped them get off at the right exit.
Discount Jeremy double dips cliche.
The momentary coolness of this idea quickly faded once I realized the big reveal of everyone having Mandalorian armor just makes this your typical same versus same matchup.
This is another one of those same versus same complaints that's just as stupid as all the other times they've used it. Seriously, why do you want one side of the battle to have a clear and decisive advantage over the other? That's what you're asking for here, and it's just dumb.
There's a split in the ceiling there. I'll lay down cover.
Now, I'm no Mandalorian, nor have I fought in anything scarier than a pillow fight, but I've seen this cliche enough to know that covering fire works by you laying down a ton of fire, which causes the enemy to hide and in turn provides a small window of time for your buddy to do what they need to do. This was mainly Axe watching Paz kill people.
Yeah, when you play the clip in extreme slow motion, it certainly makes it seem valid. Unfortunately for your argument, if you watch the scene at full speed, you'll realize that this sin is a lie.
Beskar-laden jump troopers suck a little less at shooting than the normal ones. It's as if Star Wars is trying to blame stormtrooper aim on the fact that their helmets didn't have the split down the front, a feature that I thought was only there for increased visibility during urination.
Discount Jeremy makes a cringy pee joke that isn't funny cliché.
This individual appears to have been committed to walking backwards off of this ledge before they were even shot.
Because they saw the jump troopers advancing on them? Dude, just watch the scene.
Hey, kid. You gotta keep up.
But why is he even here, though? No other Mandalorians brought foundlings on this field trip?
Although I agree, Discount Jeremy double dips cliché.
Moff Gideon makes his sexy boy WrestleMania entrance, and I believe we're supposed to be impressed that they've added rockets to a Darth Vader.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the episode cliché.
And the most impressive improvement is that it has me in it.
Saying this instead of showing us an actual upgrade.
He is showing off the upgrades, though. Why aren't you watching the scene? He said that the main upgrades were the Beskar and himself, both of which are clearly visible in this scene.
Cut to Grogu just in time to remember Mando's bad parenting and acknowledge that he came all the way down here in a mech suit to do absolutely nothing.
Discount Jeremy triple dips cliché.
Also, I guess no adventure would be complete without the needless sacrifice of a fairly well-liked ancillary character. This one feels especially needless considering everyone's already escaped, and if the jump troopers want to pursue, they'd have to pass through a nasty bottleneck. Look, if you've got a martyr boner, then just say so, but don't make it out like this was your only option.
Discount Jeremy says boner.
The Praetorian Guards show up just after the battle to make sure that no one ever finds out how wrong Paz was about the number of jump troopers.
Discount Jeremy double dips cliché.
The boy who lived, come to die.